you deal with this? There are two things, and I sit down. First, you need culture change. What's culture? What's culture? So this morning, me and Ofonoyeri seem to be dreaming together. I saw this. What is this? I already had this in my presentation, and I saw it at your farm. It's a turkey. This turkey only understands the sound of its little chicks. So the chicks go chip, 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 chip. The turkey does not recognize by sight or color. It only recognizes sound. Now, a little of its babies can die, and the turkey is still sitting on it because the baby has not made the chip, chip sound. Now, so what happens is that this little animal, it's called a polecat, musu. Huh? It tries to imitate the sound of the babies of the turkey. Because the turkey doesn't know that this is an enemy, it allows musu, it goes in and eats all the babies. Huh? Culture. Because my father did it, my mother did it, this is the way it should be. Sometimes we need to disrupt our culture. Because there are some musus which pretend at a leadership level, at a family level, they are musus, but they sound, look, they act, but they really are not going to help us to change. Culture, let me read to you. These are not my words. These are words of a professor. He says, culture, if it is done well, is a way of working together towards common goals that have been followed so frequently and so successfully that people don't even think about trying to do other things in another way. If culture has positively formed, so if you form the right way to cooperate, if it has formed, people will autonomously, you know the word autonomously? Independently. Who has been in an aircraft? So if you've been in an aircraft, there's something called autopilot. When the plane gets 30,000 feet, the pilot also goes to rest. And then he wakes up. So when culture has formed autonomously, people will do what needs to be done to be successful. I will give you this quotation, okay? So that's something I want to leave with you. I could speak more about culture change because without altering the way we've done things, we will have trouble. So yesterday I told people that I take a long view of things. In 2062, Uganda will be 100 years old. We are now 60-something. Huh? It is only 38, 37 years away. How long has NRM been here? So when you tell people 2060, you say, I'll not even be an MP. I'll have died. Okay, you die. It's okay. But there will be people. What are you doing before you die? Destroy leadership positions. Don't take responsibility. So 2062, when we are 100, last night I was joking with the leaders. I said, I will be somewhere around 90, 93, God willing. And I'll still be working. But I'll have grandchildren by God's grace. So the grandchildren, if something happens, they will run to me and say, Grandpa, when this thing was failing, where were you? Say, I sat here, in Uganda, atide amaso, that you fear doing things because you want to be okay with people. You want to attend weddings and funerals. That's when you become a good MP. No way. Leadership is huge responsibility. It is equivalent very quickly to flying people in an airplane. I have two examples to this. Let me mention them and I close. I'm taking a lot of time. One pilot had 154 people on an aircraft. This is 2009. And as soon as he took off, both engines collapsed because he took in birds, geese. ebinyonyi. They hit the engine and the engine is collapsed. He radioed to come on the ground, but this is a very busy airport. It's New York. When you stand at either New York or those big cities, you will see that planes are rotating in the sky like taxis looking for where to land. So every airport told him, no way. There's nowhere to land. They asked him, can you hold out 5 minutes? He said, I have lost both engines. I can't even hold for a minute. And you know, when you are in a crisis, you don't hear properly the other side. So he turned the aircraft and looked for a river. The river is called Hudson. He went full impact and landed the aircraft, and there were scratches on people. He said, I'll protect the cargo I have. I took it up. I have to bring it down safely. And there is a movie done about him. Everybody left their aircraft on ramps. They were taken to safety. He was the last with his heart to come out. Injured, but strong. That's how leadership is. Don't bolt. Don't use people. Now another pilot, he's flying from Moscow. It is April. You see, I remember this. My mind has memory of dates and times. It is April 1994. I think the date is like 17th. These are real stories. He is flying from Moscow to Hong Kong. The country is called Soviet Union. Russia, because Soviet Union had collapsed. And he has 67 people. Among them, his wife and children. He is taking his family for a holiday for the first time. He's a pilot. When the plane settles 30,000 feet and people sleep, he comes and picks his young daughter. He said, you want to know how to fly an aircraft? He puts the child on the wheels. A 12-year-old girl, the legs are not too long. They don't touch. He has put the thing in autopilot. So the child turns, is excited. Daddy, it's turning. It's working. It's working. Said, okay, come off. Brings a 16-year-old boy. His legs are long. He steps accidentally on a particular instrument. Suddenly, the aircraft, which is like this, goes up. Everybody wakes up. There's shaking. The father grasps for buttons because you don't know what has happened. He had 2 minutes to stabilize the aircraft. The aircraft went headlong into mountains in southern Russia. 67 perish. How do we know the story? Black box. Don't play with leadership. Take leadership responsibly. I am living here at 1. I have a family. I have children. I don't need to be running all over talking about this. I can also just sit and enjoy and say, yeah, I went to school. I have a master's degree. Leave me. I want to go on holiday. I'm driving from here to Gulu to do a meeting, to leave very early to cross the border at Elegu because 85 trucks of traders have been held there for 2 months. No government official has tried to cross to do that. The traders are my private sector exporters. I have to do it because leadership is a burden. Take leadership responsibly because you don't have much time in the world. Even if you live to be 100, many of you who are my age, halfway, you don't have much time. Do what you need to do to live a better country. So build leadership, because leadership at a household level, at a community level, at a national level, we don't all have to be leaders in politics in order for us to succeed. We can lead as better husbands, as better wives, as better parents, because it all starts from where? From home. And then you lead at your district level, and then you lead in your sectors. This is the message I want to leave with you. I have taken a lot of time. I want to ask my colleagues to come on. So, it is always better, please note this, it is always better for change to happen from within ourselves. Remember those steps? Whenever there is an imperative, so it is better for change to happen from within ourselves. Whenever there is an imperative for us to reflect on possibilities and visualize a new reality. Change is very harsh when it is imposed from outside by either circumstances or lack of planning or both. Change is easier if you do what? You manage it. But if you wait and it is imposed on you, very, very dangerous. Let me stop here.
I'd like to hear from you. Please email us at info@tapmedia.com and visit our website at www.tapmedia.com. You can also visit our offices located at Tomosi Business Park, Luzira, Port Bell Road, or call 0414 220 702. Thank you.